Hey everyone, welcome to the Royce Reports. I'm your host Royce, and on this channel we discuss Xbox related news. I do dabble in other things like gaming reviews and gaming topics, so if you like this and you'd like to see more, please think about liking and subscribing. And today we're going to talk about what Ubisoft announced at the Ubisoft Connect, as well as Xbox game updates and delays, as well as a new controller. Let's get into it. So let's start this off with the meat and potatoes and talk about the Ubisoft Forward event, where they announced multiple Assassin's Creed games coming to in the near future, as well as updates to a lot of their games that they currently have out right now. So let's talk about some of these. There is currently an update for The Crew 2, so if anyone's still playing that, that is a nice addition. They're adding ice tracks for the very first time. Riders Republic is teaming up with Vans, and it's getting BMX biking. So I mean, Riders Republic was kind of a letdown, and I don't think it was very successful. If you played that and you're enjoying that, look out for the update. The Division is getting a lot of support from Ubisoft, which is kind of it's a nice change of pace. You have the Division 2 is getting a new Season 10 update, which is going to be launching September 13th. So if you're still playing the Division, look out for that. That's probably going to be a great addition. So the Division is coming out with a free-to-play model game. It's going to be called The Division Heartland. That should be arriving sometime next year. This is just Ubisoft's way of dipping into the pool with the free-to-play content that every developer is trying to get behind right now because of the likes of Fortnite and Warzone being so popular. So this is them trying to cash in on that. Awesome, I guess. I don't really know. The Division never really appealed to me, and on top of that, they're also doing a Division mobile game, which is called The Division Resurgence. So I'm not a big mobile gamer, so that didn't really appeal to me. And so far in the show, this is the point where I'm just kind of wondering, all right, so these are all updates to things that no one really cares about, but here we are. And then they announced a Rainbow Six mobile game. Again, not really into mobile games, but here we still are talking about mobile games. Just Dance 2023 announced for a holiday release. Not really into Just Dance, but I think a lot of people really like that game. So awesome for those people who can get behind Just Dance and have a good time. Trackmania is a game that they showed off, and these games, there's a trend going on at this Ubisoft Forward, which is all these games look mediocre, and just them trying their best to get a foothold into something new, and so that way they could monetize it. Because right now their only cash cow is Assassin's Creed, and they are probably scared of people getting tired of it and having that fatigue set in. And speaking of fatigue, let's talk about Skull and Bones. Oh man, this game looks absolutely terrible. This game does not look good. It looks like they just got an aspect of what made Assassin's Creed Black Flag very fun, ripped it out of that game, and just gutted everything else. There is no inspiration behind this game. It looks boring. It looks just so bland, and all the updates that they give us on this game are little like onesie twosie things, like, hey, look, this is how you upgrade your ship, or hey, this is how you go and you make trades by walking to an island and going around and talking to the civilians there. And there is no combat outside of just the ship combat. So I'm not looking forward to Skull and Bones. And in fact, this Ubisoft Forward was kind of lackluster. Something else that they kind of showed off that they've already showed off before was the Mario and Rabbids game, Spark of Hope. This game actually does look pretty good, and it's probably because they have Nintendo involvement with it. But it looks pretty fun if you're into that type of XCOM type game. Or if you're not, this looks like a great entry point into that type of game. In this trailer, they announced that Rayman will be coming in later on as a DLC character, which is kind of not cool to hear about. I always hate when a game comes out and the first thing they do is announce DLC, and This is them announcing DLC before the game is even out. I know it's a common trend and a lot of people do that. In fact, almost every game has a gold edition nowadays where you buy it and get season pass updates on future DLC. So now let's get into a lot of Assassin's Creed news. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you are eating good. I mean, man, oh man, you're eating good. So they're going to be having a Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the last chapter, which is going to be a DLC that's a free update to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's going to tie up loose ends with your character Ivor. So that's pretty cool that they're giving it away for free. So look out for that. That should be, if you own the game, then you'll finally be able to get all those loose ends tied up. Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to be the next big Assassin's Creed title. It's coming out in 2023. It's going to be following the assassin from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, who shows him going from a street rat to a master assassin. And they have some pretty cool voice actors coming in and giving their talent to the Assassin's Creed universe. They didn't show much at all of this game, but it is coming out next year, and it's set in Baghdad, which is a pretty unique kind of setting, which is kind of refreshing. This takes place 20 years before the events of Valhalla. If you liked Valhalla, you like that character, you are going to be able to experience his kind of origin story next year. Assassin's Creed codenamed Jade, which is going to be a mobile game and set in China. Seeing the trailer, I was kind of excited to see them go this route, but then I saw the mobile name next to it, underneath it, and it kind of hampered my expectations and my excitement. So I'm kind of bummed out about it, but that's going to be coming out sometime soon. And they also announced 2 other Assassin's Creed projects, and these ones are kind of really exciting. You have Assassin's Creed Red. You have Assassin's Creed codenamed Red, which is what the fans have been dying to see for a very long time, which is an Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan, and this is going to be following an assassin in that era. So that is super exciting, but I feel like this might be too little too late. So with the team, the Ghost of Tsushima team, they set a high bar, and now you have Assassin's Creed, which has kind of been the same ever since Assassin's Creed Origins, and I don't really know if they can really top what they did with Ghost of Tsushima, but hopefully that maybe lights a fire under their ass and makes them kind of want to do more and be better with the Assassin's Creed going forward. I know that Assassin's Creed Valhalla was their best-selling Assassin's Creed game to date, and it's kind of weird because a lot of people think that there's Assassin's Creed fatigue setting in, but it appears not to be, which is probably why they're investing so much and so heavily into this IP. A very unique route that they're going is with Assassin's Creed Hexe. They didn't reveal any details about it whatsoever other than a teaser trailer, which they said there's some hints in there that you could probably find, and hopefully people will dissect it and come out with what they believe that game is going to be about. It looks very interesting. From what I kind of think it might be about is probably either them going and having an Assassin's Creed set during the Salem witch trials, and have it be more of a fantasy take on Assassin's Creed. They have dabbled in that with Assassin's Creed The Hidden Ones and Assassin's Creed Odyssey's kind of Greek mythology, as well as Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So they have been dabbling in the more fantasy type setting, but hopefully this game is fully set in a fantasy type world where maybe you're not an assassin, maybe you're a witch or something like that. That'd be really interesting to see. Hopefully they reveal some more information soon on that project, because that is actually what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed Hexe more than Assassin's Creed Red. Maybe down the line that might change. Let's get into some of the news regarding the Xbox game delays. After Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl was officially delayed into 2023 a few months ago, with no launch window given since then, Microsoft has begun to refund players who have pre-ordered the game. Additionally, all pre-orders via Microsoft Store for consoles and PC are currently disabled. As reported by XGP via VGC, customers in different countries have started to receive a message from Xbox that their Stalker 2 pre-orders have been canceled and that all funds will be returned. The main reason is that the upcoming post-apocalyptic shooter from GSC Game World has been indefinitely delayed to an unconfirmed date in the future. The Ukrainian developer earlier claimed the game will be out sometime in 2023, yet considering the ongoing war with Russia, it's hard to say for sure if this will be the case. So this game, it keeps getting delayed further and further, and it's, obvious because of the war in Ukraine that is going on, that it's impacting these developers a lot. They actually came out with a wonderful and great update for all of their developers that you should definitely check out. It's very emotional, but it shows where these people are and what they are doing and how they are surviving the war in Ukraine. And there's some developers that are currently still at their homes, surrounded by rubble, working on the game in a bathtub. That's how dedicated these people are to ensuring that this game would be able to be played at some point. So I think that they deserve as much time as they need. They have had major life-shattering, world-changing events happen, and them relocating and being able to continue to work on this even after all of that is amazing. And the fact that they're pushing so hard for this game to come out, please give them all the time that they need. Much love to all those people, and prayers are going out to you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. And it's okay. It's all right for this delay to happen. It's okay for them to need more time, obviously, because of the world events that are going on, and that's fine. And so I don't think anyone should be upset about this. It is only a natural thing to happen with the events that are surrounding them. So again, much love to Ukraine. Long live Ukraine. And it's sad to see, but hopefully we'll be able to experience all the hard work and dedication that they put into this project and be able to see it firsthand soon. Another game that was delayed is Atomic Heart. Atomic Hearts is this kind of BioShock-like action RPG, which looks pretty amazing, and I'm super excited to give this game a shot and a try. But this is what they had to say about the delay. Fundfish slapped a tentative fall 2022 release window onto Atomic Heart near the beginning of the year, which implied it would launch somewhere between September 1st and the end of the year. But now Focus Entertainment has announced in a press release that it's publishing Atomic Heart, and in doing so, has shared an update on its release window. Initially planned for 2022, the hectic and explosive action RPG is set to release this winter. Polishing and delivering a game of the highest quality is the priority of this talented team, with a specific launch date to be announced shortly. Focus Entertainment has now, I guess, gotten the rights to publish the game, and so I guess now that they have received those rights, they probably played a version of the game and thought that maybe it wasn't ready, and they have decided to prolong the game and to allow it to get the care and love that it deserves. This game looks amazing. I'm super excited to play it and to experience it, and it is going to be launching day one on Xbox Game Pass, so it is a great get for them to have that. Again, this developer is located in Russia, so I'm not sure if they're also dealing with the war that will require them to also have delays. I'm unsure on that. They have stated before that the reason for the delay is not because of the war, so maybe it's just a publisher taking over, and because of that, it changes some things. So look out for that. That game is being delayed to an undisclosed date. Hopefully it still falls within this year. Another thing that we'll talk about really shortly is Xbox is coming out with a Xbox indie event, ID at Xbox, and it's going to be shown on September 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is an event that they have been doing, and they partner up with a bunch of indie developers to show off their game. They are going to be doing this through Twitch. They did this last year, and that event was 3 hours long. It was way too long. It was boring. So hopefully they learned from their mistakes, and they have cut it down to being 90 plus minutes is what they said. So maybe they focus more on the games. I mean, these developers are working hard to show off what they have been putting their hard work into. So hopefully they can actually do that and not have to sit through a bunch of boring Twitch streamers talk about really nothing. So hopefully this year is better. So we have to talk about the new Xbox controller, the new series controller that Xbox is coming out with. It's called the Xbox Elite Series 2, Core. So this is a white Elite Series controller coming out, and it's going to be releasing at $129.99. So this is cheaper than your regular Elite Series controller, which is a good thing. But if you're going to get into this, you have to know that they're also gutting it, and that it's just going to be what they consider the essentials or the core. So you're not getting any back pedals. You are not getting any D-pad interfaces or any different analog sticks. They're all just going to be what it is in the box and what it comes in. That's how you're going to get it. You do get the little knob to adjust the tension in the analog sticks, and you obviously have the hair triggers on the controller. So if you want the full experience, you're going to have to buy the complete component pack. The complete component pack, say that 5 times fast. Holy shit. So you're going to have to buy the complete component pack, which is $60, which does give you those things that you are missing. So it's going to be $59.99 plus $129.99. So $130 plus $60 is $190. So it pretty much comes out to the same price as a regular Elite controller if you want all of the bells and whistles, which the back pedals, in my opinion, are the heart and soul of that controller itself. The fact that if you're trying to play this and have this controller and be competitive with it, you need those back pedals. And the fact that they're not giving you those is kind of a bummer. And yeah, the price point is lower, but it kind of makes it mute because it doesn't have all the things that you make it what it is supposed to be, which is the Elite controller. Also, there's issues that have been plagued with these controllers ever since they've released. I myself have had 2 of these controllers. I've had the Elite Series V2 when it first came out. With that controller, I started experiencing stick drift, as well as my left analog stick not being able to click in, so I wouldn't be able to run at all on any of the games that I played. Also, I have the Halo Infinite controller, which it looks amazing, and it's probably my favorite controller. But with it, I can't hit the right bumper anymore. Is that the left bumper? Right bumper. I can't hit the right bumper anymore. It is very finicky, so sometimes it won't register, and I have to either click harder or click it multiple times for it to register. Now, so if you're going to get an Elite Series 2 controller, I highly recommend getting a warranty on it. And Xbox and Best Buy do a great job with their warranties. So you just send it in and they'll give you a new one, no questions asked. Kind of a bummer. I don't recommend getting the core version of it. I do recommend either getting the Series 2. They are coming out with a new way to customize your Series 2 controllers with the custom labs, design labs that they do with their controllers, which is awesome. About time. I am also just waiting for the Elite V3 whenever that drops, hopefully sometime next year, because I'm dying to see what other updates they can do to these controllers, because the Xbox controller, in my opinion, is probably the best ergonomical controller to play with. All right, now let's talk about the Xbox update that they recently released. This update is going to affect your party chat. So they now added a noise suppression to party chat, which pretty much gets rid of any background noise, any clicking, any breathing, any music that's playing on in the background of your friends' mics will now be able to be removed, and you could just hear them, and it works pretty well. And before, we had a friend who would like go and use the restroom all the time, and you could hear him peeing, but now they kind of, every time they use the restroom, I can't hear him pee anymore. So I kind of miss that. I kind of want to be able to hear him pee. But if you do want to hear your friends pee, you can by just going over there and shutting off the noise suppression in your options menu on your party settings. Another thing that they have just rolled out to the Xbox Insiders, which is a new Xbox dashboard UI, and this thing looks ugly. It looks terrible. Xbox, don't use this feature. Like, oh man, it looks so bad. They just make it look more cluttered and not as clean as I was hoping. I feel like there's a lot of negative feedback regarding this new dashboard UI. So hopefully they listen and either update it, reflect it in a better light, or just get rid of it completely. There are some people on Reddit who have done renditions of what they think the Xbox design should look like, and honestly it looks a lot better than what Xbox designed, and maybe Xbox could use that as inspiration, because the one that they're going with right now, it just does not look good. In fact, the Xbox dashboard now is not even very good. But come on, like, you got to understand, like, this is so bad that someone has to go to a UI school or something to understand how to design this thing. They should send them, and I know that Xbox has the money to do that, but they this thing does not look good. That does not look good. But I think that's it. That's it with the news today. So if you are interested in any of those features, those are out now or are coming out soon. If you like the Xbox controller, let me know. I think it looks cool, but I don't think it's worth the money. Assassin's Creed is kind of getting milked to death. I am kind of getting tired of it. I've been getting tired of it. I still haven't played all of them. I've been slowly going through those games and trying to complete them, and it's a really hard task, just because of how much stuff that they just interject in these games that just are useless, that you don't need. They're just grindy. It's it. But what do you think? What are your opinions on all this news today? Do you think that Assassin's Creed is dead, or do you think that this new wave of Assassin's Creed games that they're developing look promising? Let me know in the comment section below. But if you liked what you saw today and you'd like to see more, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you next time. And remember, stay sexy. That's not what I say. Yeah. See you on the next one. Bye. Have a wonderful time. Yes. See you on the next one.